Russell Chandler. This is the start of your 60-second CPD challenge. 60 seconds on stem cells, starting now.
All animals have stem cells. Embryonic stem cells are referred to as pluripotent because they can differentiate into any cell in the body. Stem cells are also present in the adult, where they provide a ready source of cells for repair and renewal. These cells are typically multipotent. This means that they have differentiated some way towards a mature cell type. They can become cells of the embryonic layer to which they belong, so mesenchymal stem cells, MSCs, can differentiate into chondrocytes, osteoblasts, and adipocytes. In veterinary medicine, we use MSCs. MSCs can be derived from the patient in question, in which case they're referred to as autologous. Allogeneic MSCs come from a different individual of the same species, while xenogeneic MSCs originate from a different species altogether. The main indication for MSCs is in the management of orthopedic disease, so they are a kind of orthobiologic. The MSCs do not engraft in the tissue, and so they do not become new cartilage or bone. Instead, the MSCs are short-lived within the recipient tissue. The mechanism of actions of MSCs is paracrine. They contain a plethora of biologically active molecules, growth factors, and cytokines that do their bidding for them. The predominant effects are anti-inflammatory, immunomodulatory, trophic, and angiogenic.
Yay! Well, you're about 2 seconds, I think, into extra time there. That was great. That was very, very good. That was a textbook chapter in 60 seconds. That was fantastic. Thank you.
That's all you need to know, really. Do you know that?
So much for our research, because Julian and I spent 20 minutes discussing and researching most of the terms and the terminology that you've just gone through in 60 seconds. But the sensible thing for us in future, Julian, I think, is let's just get the guest on, get into the 60-second CPD first.
Yes.
Then we'll have done all of the research that we then discuss with our guest later on.
What, in some sort of reflection?
Get the guest to do the work. That's probably the key, isn't it, really?
I think so.
It is, actually.
This is the way forward, definitely.